Well, 1 week ago, Markham Unionville MP Michael Ma was a relative unknown beyond his riding, but after announcing that he was leaving the Conservative Party to join the governing Liberals, well, his name was in the headlines. His decision put the Carney government now one seat shy of a majority, but has also caused a lot of controversy in his riding, including protest and a petition demanding his resignation. So what's this week been like and what's ahead? Liberal MP Michael Ma joins us live now for his first interview on CP24 Breakfast in the wake of this. Mr. Ma, appreciate you being here this morning.
Well, thank you for having me today.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Earlier this year, some 27,000 people in your riding voted Conservative, marking an X beside your name on the ballot. And then you decided a week ago, no, that's no longer for me. I'm joining the Liberal Party. How do you explain or defend your actions to all those people who voted Conservative just several months ago?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all the volunteers and voters that have placed me in their trust to represent Markham Unionville. As I listened to the people of Markham Unionville and community leaders about the need for Canada to be united and to be strong. So when I listened to that, and going back to my roots, as when I first joined politics, I was a centric conservative, progressive conservative. And at that point, I don't believe in extreme right nor extreme left. And so my beliefs is that Canada and Canadians are mostly in the centrics arena for politics. And when I saw what Mr. Carney was doing in moving the party towards the left and the government towards more centrics route, Mr. Carney's pragmatic and also centrics approach really aligns with mine. And in this economy is a decisive point in our Canadian history. We're under a lot of challenges with tariffs and other countries around the world. We need a stronger, united country to grow our economy, and we need to continue to fight crime and create a better future for our youth. And I believe that this approach will best represent the people of Markham Unionville, that I could deliver their voices to the forming of policies in Canada, and that will really help the people there.
I hear you there, but I'm sure you've seen the reaction from your constituents. Whether there's 37,000 plus people who signed a petition calling for your resignation, protests outside your office there. A lot of that was about you. What about the people in your riding who are conservatives, who voted for conservative principles and policies? What do you say to them?
Well, it's like I said, it's about how we best serve the constituents in Markham Unionville. Instead of deepening division of the country, I believe that we are better served when we are with the governing party to be able to help voice our decisions and support the constituents in a much better fashion and helping us to achieve the goal. My principles have not changed. I'm still believing in fighting crime and growing the economy. And so it's very important for me to continue to represent them in the best way I believe is for the constituents' benefits.
You talk about your principles not changing, but just in the last 7 months, some of the things you said about the Liberal government, for example, with money printers working overdrive, what future does Canada have under the Liberal feudal regime? I do not see a future here. Day in, day out, the Liberals have shown us whom they truly value. They cater to the common criminals with fairness for the thief, murderer, and drug dealer, and firmness for the honest citizen and compliant taxpayer. This is the party you've just joined here. These are your words from November and December. You talk about principles, but you're really kind of going against what you've just said there.
Well, as I said, in order to fight that, being on the opposition, to be criticizing and deepening that division, I decided to roll up my sleeves and actually do something to it. I have now better access to ministers and the Prime Minister to deliver those voices on behalf of the Markham Unionville. I think this is a better approach than creating very negative views and not finding solutions.
Can we talk about the process here, how this all came about? We've heard, Tim Hodgson talk about he's in the riding next door. He'd been speaking to you. Did they approach you? Did you approach them? How did this actually come about?
Well, actually, for the past few weeks, as I said, I've been talking to constituents in the Markham area, and a lot of community leaders demonstrated that they desire a united and strong Canada, and we need to build and grow our economy. And with that, there's been, various discussions and approaches, and I have been reflecting on those comments and situations where I believe that at this point is the right approach. And on the day the announcement was made was when I met with the Prime Minister and reconfirmed my understanding of his vision for Canada, and I believe that's the right approach.
And that was the day after the Conservative Christmas party, which you were at, had a picture taken with the leader, Pierre Poilievre, at the time, which a lot of people are calling into question, like, you were there the night before, you must have known the next day you were going. Could you elaborate a bit on that, and also what this says to you then about Pierre Poilievre's leadership of the Conservative Party, and if you're aware of other potential Conservative MPs who are considering doing what you've done? Because you're not the first one either.
As I said, this is a decisive moment for Canadian economy and the nation as a whole. And the night I attended the Conservative Party, I was truly a Conservative member and an MP. I have not made a decision at that point. And so it wasn't until I had the opportunity to confirm my understanding of Prime Minister Carney's approach and his vision for Canada. Of course, up to that point, I have reflected on a lot of the comments, as I said, from the people I have talked to in Markham, Unionville, and Canadians at large.
Yeah. Your former leader now, Pierre Poilievre, is going for a leadership review next year in Alberta. You are the sort of second floor crosser. We've also seen one person say they're going to resign and not come back. What do you think, or how do you assess the state of now your former party under Pierre Poilievre's leadership, and what do you think, the last couple of weeks say about that?
Well, my job right now is focused on Markham Unionville. So I am delivering what I promised. As I said, my values haven't changed, and I'm continuing to fight crime and push for a well-balanced immigration policies, and obviously for the benefit of infrastructure investment into Markham Unionville. So unfortunately, I don't have any other comments for the party.
Let me ask it this way then. Do you think we're going to see more people crossing the floor from the Conservatives to the Liberals?
I don't have a crystal ball, sorry.
We all wish we had crystal balls. Listen, Michael Ma, appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for having your first interview here on CP24 Breakfast. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.